dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, Original crew, man? We're back, baby. The boy Tyler then dropped. Ooh, this would be very controversial. How Tyler be getting around so fast, bro?
What you mean?
Like, he go from city to city, state to state, country to country. Like, he be really out here in these streets. Do he ever go home?
A good question.
Or he just lives on the road?
That is a good question.
But Tyler got inside the country that gets rid of illegal immigrants. I'm going to just say that.
Okay.
Y'all know. Go to Tyler video or go to the link in the description. You'll see what I'm referencing. I don't know if I'm going to use the exact term, but you know, hey, it is what it is. What country did you think this might be?
I have no clue. When I read the title, I was like, where he at?
All right, give me a continent you think he's in.
Continent?
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere in... Maybe like South America or something.
Why you go South America?
I don't know.
What from our understanding of like doing content, right? What other countries are dealing with immigrant issues?
I'm honestly trying to.
Because like America, yeah, we have our own issues, but most Americans only look at America.
Do you know where he at?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, well, let's just get into it because I already said I don't know, so I'm like ready to
I'm gonna just say it's a European country. You know, seeing some of the content we've seen, not even just reacted to that we watch, but you know, over there in a European country, they have a lot of issues with discrimination and other stuff right now too with immigrants.
Yeah.
From things not only we reacted to, but we watch it also in our personal time as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I have seen some stuff.
Yeah, we both. Yeah. I think I've seen more than you, and I share like to you.
Oh, my bad, y'all.
Yeah.
No offense.
But hey, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Why would I say that?
Make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals.
Like it with a thumbs up. Now that I said that, it's kind of like dumb for me to say that. So, okay, let's go.
But you also know that like America is not the only country that deals with a high immigration issue. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of places in the world that a lot of people that are considered deemed as free countries, people are fleeing to.
Yeah, my brain.
Let's say I want to go through this wall.
My bad, y'all. Oh, there we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Let's say I want to go through this wall. I break through the wall. What happens to me next?
You will die like a dog.
The lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID, Poland. One of the lowest debts, Poland.
This is Dominic, a member of the European Parliament from Poland, the country that just approved a new measure to shoot and kill anyone that tries to illegally enter their border.
Unfortunately, one of our soldiers was killed with a spear.
Because they behave like animals, unfortunately. They don't behave like civilized people. We are the ones with this border. So we are protecting the whole Europe.
But Poland's strict border control and refusal to take in refugees from non-neighboring countries like Syria and Afghanistan has caused the EU to propose a €22,000 fine for each person Poland refuses to take in, and guys like Dominic to be labeled Islamophobic and fascist.
And then they said the UK has left the EU too, right? From the videos we watched.
I think so.
I think, correct us if we're wrong. I think we have heard that the UK has left the EU, which is the European Union, right? Mm-hmm. Like where
Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why Poland is so safe. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
When I see the wall, I do understand that this is for my future children.
Does Poland's strict border policy work? Is Poland significantly safer than the rest of Europe because of it? And do the people of Poland want open borders?
Poland are racist. We are proud of it. And I don't really want any immigrants in my country, you know? Thank you, man.
Before meeting with Dominique, I headed to the capital of Poland, Warsaw, to see what the locals thought of Poland's border and their border patrol now being able to kill migrants illegally trying to enter their country.
At university, what are a lot of the students' thoughts on, shooting down illegal immigrants who come through the border?
I've never heard about it.
Okay.
But yeah, okay.
It is bad because I don't see any purpose to use a gun for the person. First of all, we need to talk. We need to identify the intention of other person.
Oh my god, that's like tough question.
It's a crazy question, right?
Yeah, but to be honest, like I'm not sure like how they're controlling the borders, but like I saw a lot of refugees in the Centrum here.
There are a lot of immigrants all around Europe, and sometimes it can be dangerous for the Europeans.
What are your thoughts on if you came here illegally? What should be done?
Oh, I guess I should go in prison.
Do you feel safe here in Poland as a woman?
Yeah, very much.
Do you feel safer here in Poland as a woman than you do in India?
Yeah, it's more safe.
Yeah,
it's more safe. A lot safe.
You can walk, like go to work at night, and nobody cares, and nobody's like threatening you.
It's not very safe.
No?
Really, cross from the main streets.
Yeah.
I really feel not very safe because there are some strange people.
Here?
Yes.
Yeah, like men in general?
No, some sick people.
Okay.
They frighten me.
Who should the border keep out?
I wonder, because she's trying to be very vague. Are you speaking of people that don't look like you? Have you living in fear? Like, my thing is, I'd never have anyone who doesn't look like me allow me to live in fear. I know I spoke out in one video that we did and it went viral, and I was talking about my issues in the community that we live in. Typically, we live in a predominantly white neighborhood. It's very, 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 very predominantly white, wealthy neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. But there are Black people, there are Hispanic people, there are Middle Eastern people from different areas.
Yeah.
But hey, one of the biggest houses on the lot, they're Indians, right? I think the ones that they had just built right there on that corner. I'll catch them every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But the main person I always, when I spoke out ahead, said, hey, it's a Black guy. It's an older Black guy. And it's fucking, last time I was like, bruh, if I went on the phone with my mom, I really wanted to, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I'm on the phone with my mom. I don't want to, it's kind of like a respect thing. And I'm like, I don't want to, go there with my...
And then you don't know what his deal is, but it's like, we've been over for like years. So it's been going on like...
And it's kind of like, I don't want to go into that element because have you ever seen him?
I don't even know what he looks like.
He looks like he's like, I'll give him, because he's older than my dad. So I'll give him like in his 70s possibly. And I'm like, I don't want to go there.
You showing him from afar.
But it's like, bro, like,
I'm close.
Like, you're going to make me say something to you. And that's the only person I really have a problem with. I got confronted on some weird stuff like not too long ago.
It wasn't you got confronted. You just got
not confronted. Started to have a conversation
about
that I don't want to have a conversation with about some random people. That's just not who I am.
You can say what it was about, but you don't have to get it.
Oh, it was politics stuff.
It was about politics.
And me, the same way here, I don't like really deep diving into politics. We speak on it very vaguely because whatever your political stance might be different than mine, and I
that's
just
okay.
I respect yours. Hopefully, you can respect mine, and we can agree to disagree and move on.
Yeah,
like that. Like, I'm not judging you by your political. You know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody who come out here and say, hey, if you vote for this person, you got to be dumb as hell. That's just not me, man. I'm like, hey, just give me your logic. I give you my logic and we move on. And I can see your point of view. And I can see it. Yeah. I see everybody's point of view and I can understand it to a point. I might just disagree with it wholeheartedly, but I do agree with both sides. There's issues on both sides that are true. Like, and I can see it, but it is what it is. You just gotta keep moving on.
What's your point of bringing it up? All of that. Do you remember?
Oh, because she said there's people,
okay.
that she sees and she gets uncomfortable and she feels unsafe.
In situations like this, when people ask those questions, it's all about who you ask. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the other two girls that they come from. I don't know if she's like necessarily, but yeah, from there like originally. But they come from other countries and stuff like that. So it's like.
They know what crime really is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so for them, they feel safe coming from somewhere that's a little bit more unsafe or whatever the case may be in their eyes. But for her, she was like, I'm, it frightens me. Like, she probably feels safe to a certain, degree, but fully probably not. And maybe like certain people will probably rub her the wrong way. But I just wonder. Like,
which is very similar to like here. We say how safe we feel here compared to where we come from, but people also talk about the crime here, and I'm like, the crime here ain't as bad as the crime back home, because I know what real crime really looks at back home compared to here. Yeah, here there's crime, but there's not crime enough here to make me feel unsafe like it is back home.
Yeah.
Like back home, I see killing, I see a lot of just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like gang related stuff. I don't see that here like that. Even though it's here, you can never escape crime no matter where you go. There's going to be some type of crime. It might be in different elements of it.
Yeah.
But back home, I'm like, I see it way more often than here.
And I was just going to say, like, myself, I feel safe back home. I just have to I still have to have my head on the swivel. But I do still feel safe. But I do feel safer here, but I still feel safe back home at the same time.
Yeah, I ain't saying I'm scared of nothing. I ain't never saying that.
I didn't say that.
I ain't like you be more nervous than I do.
I just always
because she be like, is this person? I be like, bro, I ain't worried about folks,
I'm
bro.
always alert.
She be like, bro, I don't trust these folks. I be like, bro, I ain't worried about these folks.
Weird to me.
Sikh people, they frighten me.
Who should the border keep out? Who should it let in Poland?
Nice people, kind, and with good heart.
Okay. Do you think having a more strict stance on the border keeps Poland safer, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know that many people have that opinion.
Okay.
I want to believe that it doesn't really matter from which country you're coming.
Okay.
If you apply to the culture, it's gonna be fine.
Safety has nothing to do with the border.
Okay, nothing? What are your thoughts on immigration in Poland?
Я сам являюсь политическим иммигрантом, и поэтому не мне отвечать на этот вопрос. Я пока не сталкивался с какими-то негативными проявлениями в свой адрес.
Why did you come from Belarus to Poland?
Я политический активист, и обратной дороги в Беларусь мне на данный момент нет.
How was your experience going through the Belarusian-Polish border?
У меня чуть другой маршрут. Я прилетел из Грузии. Я жил в Тбилиси некоторое время. Поэтому в моем случае без экстрима обошлось.
Я считаю, что здесь женщине безопасно. И заниматься бизнесом тоже очень хорошо.
What are your thoughts on their stance on illegal immigration and the idea that they'll kill you if you try to illegally enter through the border?
Я считаю, по международному праву все страны защищают свою территорию. Но это на законодательном уровне. Никто из хозяев, если есть граница существует, должны соблюдаться законные вот эти данные. Поэтому, если ты нелегально пересечаешь, ты территориальную целостность защищаешь. Считаю, что государство вправе применять оружие для защиты своей территории. Если ты бежишь от войны, пожалуйста, регистрируйся, получай документы, работай. Мне кажется, страна очень комфортная для жизни и, по-моему, очень толерантно относится ко всем беженцам. Я бежала от войны, и тем не менее за 2 года мы тоже здесь и открыли бизнес, и работаем, и платим налоги.
What are your thoughts on the border here in Poland?
Do you kind of agree with?
It was a lot.
She said a lot, and then you had to read it and kind of keep up with it.
But I mean,
that's their country, man, and if their people are okay with it, and because we just saw a video the other day, I think it was yesterday, and I'm like, y'all keep going to these countries and pushing the narrative of where y'all come from. Like, if you're an American, you go into another country, abide by that country rules. Don't try to do stuff that you do in America just because you can get away with it in America. Have respect for that country, bro. The same way you would want them to have respect for your country.
And if you know that you're not going to have respect because you already going over there on some BS.
Yeah.
Or if you can't abide by certain things, stay your ass at home.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but stay at home, please.
Like, but one thing I do find very weird is, like, here in our country, just say here in our country, I do find it very weird, and I'm like, go back then. It's the people who come here, and they come here to America, and it's like they overbid the country they came from, but they want to live here. And I'm like, and tear down America. I'm like, well, if you think America is so bad, you think your country is so much better, why don't you go back then?
Yeah.
Not saying leave, but I'm just saying, like, hey, you came here for America for a better opportunity, and you're here. Learn to love the place you fled to, not to tear it down and disrespect it, and talk about the people here, but live here.
Yeah.
Like, go back if your country was so, like, if your country, you deem it your heart, and that's, like, not to say you don't have respect and you appreciate and like, want to be a representation of where you come from, but also you fled to.
It's the thing of, you, like, be proud of where you come from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you don't have to tear down somewhere else
Exactly.
where you're currently at, and you know, because no, I don't know what video or what your reference, if you've seen something or whatever, but sometimes I see things and, you know, I'm like, be proud of where you come from, but you don't have to tear down where you're currently at or whatever. Because, you know, if you came over here for school or for work or for betterment or whatever the case may be, then you're getting that apparently, or whatever the case may be.
Like just for instance, like, sometimes it's like, even the videos we've seen where it's like spew hatred towards certain groups of people that's been here in America, and the way y'all talk about Americans are lazy, dumb, and all that. But we come here, we can thrive. But so we're better. Like, well, take that same knowledge and resources that y'all have now and go back then, and like, you know. But hey, I don't know, man. You do have to respect those who fought for the rights that you also have here now.
I'm just all about respect. Like, I would never, like, tear down the next person or the next country or whatever just to big myself up or whatever the case may be. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because like I always say, like, if I go to Korea, I'm going to Korea to indulge in the environment, to adapt to the environment, to take on the environment. Say, for instance, if I move to Korea, I'm going to move and adapt to the way of living there.
Right.
Or if I move to Poland, I'm going to adapt to. I'm not going to go over there, blast music, because that's what I do in America. I'm going to go over there and, okay, this is the way of life. This is the culture. And I'm going to adapt to the culture. I'm going to try to learn Polish as well to be able to speak and be able to not sit, you know what I'm saying? Conforming to the culture and the society. I'm not going to still try to be American in another country. I don't, like, you know?
I feel you.
As someone from Ukraine.
Fine. It's really fine. Yeah, it's no problem with servicing.
Was it easy to get here from Ukraine?
Yeah, really easy. Few hours
and you fled for political asylum, or you work here? Why did you come?
I work.
I believe, like, in most Poland, especially like the eastern part in Warsaw, we're like fully open for everybody who wants to come here in every purpose. A lot of people lost their houses, lost the safety in their life.
Yeah.
So I do not see any problem with that. In my opinion, I don't have any problem with that.
Even illegally?
You know what? In my opinion, it is like hard to be illegally at this moment because you have to cross the border. I think this is not like the main spectrum of a problem. Most of them want to be here legally because they want to have a work.
So if they come to Poland, but they are from a country that's not a neighboring country to Poland, should they be allowed to come in here and be a refugee?
Yes, sure, because we've been in this situation in Poland. We have a trouble history, so we need a help for our neighbor.
What are your thoughts on illegal immigration?
I think the crime rate is going much higher so far.
So what about, like, Syrian refugees, like Afghanistan refugees, Eritrea? Are they close enough to be considered neighbors, or should they go to the neighboring country?
They're not, like, of course, geographically they're not our neighbors, but if they looking for a safe place, they want to be here legally, they want to have a work, they want to build a new life, I don't see a problem with that.
Have you heard about the Belarusian-Polish hybrid war, they call it?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
of course, this is not correct. I mean, to allow or to bring people from outside just to push them in EU.
But before heading to the Poland-Belarus border to see what Poland says is a hybrid warfare at play where Russia is sending migrants from China and Africa into Poland for them to then enter the rest of the EU and then financially and socially destabilize the rest of Europe. I met up with Dominique, member of the European Parliament and Poland's Law and Justice Party. Is this man a racist, alt-right Islamophobe as the mainstream media and leftist detractors call him? I want to ask him, how does Poland's new border wall work? Can any refugees come in? What is this hybrid war? And how does their border control differ from other EU countries? And more importantly, does it work?
I'm very happy that we are on the street, not in the studio. Yeah. You can see and everyone can see
Japan.
Yeah, the difference. It's beautiful.
Would this look different in Paris, London, anywhere in Germany? What are your thoughts?
I think the easiest way to answer it is Eurostat is the most important when it comes to the data.
Okay.
The safest country in Europe, Poland. The lowest unemployment, Poland. The less crimes, Poland. So if you ask me about any data, we are leaders. Okay. And that is the fact. It's not my political opinion. Yeah. When I quote this in European Parliament, they were very unhappy.
Also, if you want to support our boots on the ground, independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with uncensored early access to all my videos before they go up on YouTube, and exclusive DLC content that YouTube won't let me upload, go subscribe at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for less than $5 a month.
The whole discussion on migration started in 2015 when Germany started this madness. In 2018, I said quite famous words, zero illegal migration in Warsaw, in every single Polish city. We don't want any illegals. Then they called me Islamophobe. If someone is from China, if someone is from India, or someone is, it doesn't matter who he is, what he believes in. If he's illegal, we do not want that. The difference between refugee and a migrant, especially illegal migrant, is very, very, very clear. The refugee is the person who flee from the country of conflict to the first safe country. I didn't know that Syria is bordering country with Poland.
It's not.
It's not.
Okay.
So the first safe.
Are people forced to speak? Read it out loud. Refugees.
Refugees are people forced to flee their own country and seek safety in another country. That's the only part I was trying to read.
Yeah.
Just that part.
They are unable to return to their own country because of fear, persecution as a result of who they are, what they believe in or say, or because of armed conflict, violence, or serious public disorder. Yeah, like if it's a political warfare, and say for instance, a country do say, "Hey, we are a safety net. Come here." And if you can come here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I think there should be measures set up and appropriate protocol and not just jumping the border or whatever. I think because at this point, most countries that are thriving countries are thriving because of a lot of immigration. You know what I'm saying? People coming there. From my understanding and knowledge, you know what I'm saying? It's like, especially like the U.S. I don't think the U.S. would be the U.S. if it wasn't for the past history of certain groups of people, you know? I don't think the U.S. becomes the U.S., especially if people then flee from the U.K. in the early, I'm saying like back then, before the U.S. was even the U.S. You get what I'm saying? I don't think the U.S. would be the U.S. if it wasn't even for slavery. Let's be honest. Free labor helped build this country for years. So that is what it is. But even recently, we just learned about the immigrants, how the UK, what they call that when the UK asked people to come, and that's when the Jamaicans and Africans started going to the UK back in was it the 30s or the 40s? We just learned about this.
Not child.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I don't think I do. Do I?
Yes.
I know my brain is not braining right now. If you can't think of it, you know I can't.
I can't think of the term, but I'm saying, do you know what I'm referencing?
Oh yeah, I know what you're referencing. I don't know what you're.
I'm not talking I can't remember the term and what they call it, but I know what I'm referencing. But when they told people, "Hey, come here and help, basically repopulate, regrow a lot of countries have been able to thrive because of immigration and stuff like that.
The refugee is the person who flee from the country conflict to the first safe country. I didn't know that Syria is bordering country with Poland.
It's not.
It's not.
Okay.
To the first safe country. That is why we took over 2 million Ukrainians. Legal.
Because you are contiguous, you guys border
That's
one
right. That's right.
In the case of Syria, Afghanistan, Eritrea, that is not the case.
They are not refugees. I'm trying to repeat it every single time. If you want to come, you can come. Submit your documents, ask for a visa, stay here for 6 or 10 months, pay taxes, contribute to the society, then you're welcome. Why not? We are not North Korea.
Sure. Why are Syrian, Afghanistan refugees coming to Poland and not
migrants?
UAE.
Why Qatar did not react? Why
aren't they going to Qatar?
Very rich Arab country.
Okay.
Where is Qatar? I'm trying to ask this question for years now, and I cannot find any answers because we've been told that this is a global problem, so there is a need for a global solidarity. So there is no global solidarity.
Sure.
Like Qatar is the great example. Our soldier was killed with a spear by the illegal.
Terrible.
So that would happen on the streets if we would let them in. They started this madness by willkommen politik.
Okay.
That was the politic, welcoming illegals because they were hoping for cheap labor. Okay. They found out that those who came illegally, they don't want to work. They don't want to work, but there's much more crimes.
Sure.
So they said, okay, let's spread them around. Let's say that this is our responsibility and European solidarity, and then we're gonna get rid of this problem. So in European Union, they started the thing they called quota system.
Okay.
Each country should take migrants. They called refugees. That's how they call them. They says you're gonna pay like 22,000 euros per person if you will not take them in.
And you guys said, no, we are not doing that.
Of course not.
What were the consequences to that old action, I suppose?
They tried to force us to take illegals. We said, no, it's better to pay. It's better to have frozen assets, whatever, rather than risk our own life.
Okay.
And look at the streets now.
Do a pan?
There you go.
Has Poland always been this way, Dominic?
This is what is needed to understand why we cherish our freedom so much.
All right.
Because of Russia, because of Germany. Historically, Poland did not exist for 123 years. We gained our independence back in 1918. So after that, after 1918, we had a little bit of freedom. But then in 1939, Germany and Russia attacked.
Both fronts?
Both. And we had this terrible communism in Poland for 70 years. That's why I hate Putin. I hate him. Because he's trying to go back to the Soviet Union era. The way he behaved, the way Russia behaved is unpredictable. 123 years.
Police?
Finally, we have an MP with a great English.
There we go. When did this hybrid war begin? Is this an act of Russia trying to antagonize?
Of course, it's because when you go through the papers, you see that the guys who came to Belarus are with the Russian visas.
Okay.
So we know that by the fact, it's not an opinion.
I see.
So the whole process of traveling is organized by Russia. And because of the green border with Belarus, they are able to come to Belarus and attack our borders. So it's organized by Russia, of course. And they want to destabilize Poland and other countries because the whole thing is not only about Poland, Hungary, Italy, and others. In this part of Europe, we know that Russia is responsible.
And when you push back against the Muslim refugees, illegal immigrants, whoever they were, why did they call you an Islamophobe? What happened there?
First of all, it's not true.
Okay.
One of my closest friends is from Syria.
Okay.
He came here legally. He started his company.
Yeah.
He paid taxes. He's been here for many years.
Right.
And we are very close friends. And he's from Syria, and he says, never, ever let them come in. Well, of course, they call us racist. They call us Islamophobes. It's not true. They try to tell us that the doctors will come, engineers will come.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all got a whole lot of graffiti though. That ain't.
I have been peeping all that.
Like, that ain't cute. Like, which I understand in America we have a whole lot of graffiti as well, which I still don't think is cute. I think it's very trashy when it comes down to graffiti. And I will be a hypocrite to say that I didn't participate in it as well, but I participated as a minor and doing adolescent things. You know what I'm saying? Back in...
What, on buildings and stuff? I know, like, back in the day, a lot of, like, teenagers used to do it, like, on the trains and stuff.
Not even
on,
on
like,
that,
the
like,
walls
just
of,
on
like, the bridges and stuff.
I used to do it on the walls inside the school and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
I said my adolescent years.
I said, okay,
very childish, child mindset. But as I grow older, but I'm saying there's still older people still doing graffiti, which is very stupid, I feel. And they want to use the excuse of it being art related and all that. And I'm like, no, there's a so-called thing called a canvas where you can express your art. You don't have to put it on public display, you know?
Yeah.
But how is the crime amongst... I wonder what they crime statistics do. They look at, like, as far as crime amongst, like, a certain group, like how in America we look at crime per capita when it's done, like, groups and stuff.
Yeah.
Because people always try to use certain statistics, but I'm like, are we just looking at overall crime? But who is committing the most crime in your country? Has it spiked because of outsiders, or is it still your people contributing mainly to it? If that's the case, it's just your people, maybe because they're more aggravated or more, you know what I'm saying? They're committing more crime, which is not an excuse, but we should go with more statistics and understanding what's causing it. If it's not immigrants or migrants causing the influx of crime, that's another problem that you have that you're not fully addressing. You're just using this as an excuse, but I would like to see those numbers.
Right.
That our society, it's all bull.
Do you need doctors?
Of course not. I mean, but we need doctors, not doctors, right?
Do you need their doctors?
No, thank you. Pay them. I want Poland to be like this. Look.
Now, is most of Polish government...
Hold on. You ain't said nothing about the graffiti in front of you and the stuff right here, but then you paying...
They passed some earlier, some graffiti art. Like, it's
and then every time he see like stuff like this, because this kind of contradicting to yourself, you don't point out this, you point out the good looking. And everybody does that. They never show the bad. They like to focus on the good. So you said, I want Poland to look like this. And it's a one distinctive, clean looking area. We're not addressing all this back here. Like,
pay them. I want Poland to be like this. Look.
Now, is most of Polish government in agreement with your stances on this? Is
this phrase, be like Poland, because of decisions which were made by our government. Yes. Dzień dobry.
Dużo sukcesów w Eurobarometrze.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dobrą robotę pan robi.
Dziękuję.
Dominic, you're loved far and wide here, it seems. It's like this message is resonating with a lot of the public.
And you have to remember that this is a very liberal city.
Sure. Are you a big fan of them?
Yeah.
Amazing. Tell me about the live bullets, the fact that you can now kill illegal immigrants trying to enter the border.
I love it. If you are trying to commit a crime on the Polish soil, you might be dead. We do not know if you're a refugee, a migrant, or a terrorist. That's why after our soldier was killed, our parliament passed a law that we can use live bullets to protect our nation. We heard that it appeared, but there is no such a zombie cities like San Francisco. We don't have that. You know why?
Why not?
Because we are protecting our border. Okay. That's the way. That ain't got shit to do with the drug epidemic going on in America. And I wonder how big is Poland for real. Because people do always reference certain things in America. Like America is like one state.
Yeah.
People fail to realize how big and massive America is until somebody actually break it down to them. I'm saying those who are out of America, out of the U.S. And once they break down the U.S., they like, oh, wow, I didn't realize it was that big. Yeah. Like Canada, bro. Canada's all the way over there. Not Canada. California's all the way over there. Yeah, they got a drug issue in certain areas, but that's not the whole state. That's regional. Yeah, LA has a whole a homeless epidemic going on. That's one region. But also, like they say in Vermont and Maine, those are some of the nicest places. That's all the way over there. Those like don't confine certain things. Like, yeah, you're gonna see that stuff because it's gonna be all over social media and stuff. But that's not a true representation of everything in America. You know?
Right.
I'm just. Why are you looking like that?
Cause you're talking.
No, it's the pushes.
I was trying to take in what you were saying.
We talk like this even off camera. When we talk to each other, she hit me with the. I'll be like, see why you look at that? Oh, my bad. I'm listening.
I don't be having my mouth open.
They trying to smuggle it into the country. Any illegal activity is always connected to the drugs or guns. But drugs is a very good business. So it's not only about having illegals, it's also about security and anti-drugs war. So we are winning at the moment. You can see how happy people are.
Putin toilet paper.
How safe they feel, you can tell. It's just beautiful. You can't see this kind of thing in Europe anymore.
When do you think the rest of Europe lost this?
When they decided to be politically correct. It started with the leftists. This is what they want. They want diversity. What kind of diversity? With a knife and a rifle? Is this diversity?
Beautiful.
You do not see soldiers with the rifles as you see in London or in France. There's no need. We are not racist. We are not Islamophobes. We are logical. So I think it's very important to have this discussion, our discussion, while eating.
Okay.
I tell you why.
Why?
Because it's so peaceful.
Tyler can't pick the damn shit up.
Can you show around?
Beautiful.
How peaceful it is.
Okay, you just also, my guy, you just said stuff about America like you can't see this. You see this in America as well. I'm saying because he was referencing the drug. I see places like this when we're reacting to things in the UK and London.
Everywhere, no matter.
But he's only trying to. Only thing I'm saying, you constantly keep just trying to shed light on all the. You see all this. This is good. This is why Poland is doing so. But you see that even in the countries you were talking down on, they have environments like this as well. It's not 100% 24/7 going on what you're showing as negative.
In the beginning, when you had asked me like where I thought it was, I did think about France, but then I was like, I haven't heard about any like.
I have.
No, but I didn't. I was like the title.
I
don't know if I've heard of anything like that. I knew stuff was going on, but I didn't know any like, cause I get everything to my phone, so I didn't like really.
Yeah. She gets more world news than I do.
Yeah, y'all, honey, I be in the.
She really be in the UK. She get a lot of the love for the UK.
I get everything. I be like, whoa. But I did think about when you was like a specific. I was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I thought about France, but I was like, I don't know if that particular thing is going on. But I did not think about Poland. I didn't know this stuff was like. I guess I was out of that loop.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. A lot of people are not thinking about. When you think about the EU and thinking about Europe, you'll think about like. Germany, France,
like those
UK,
head, but
Spain.
Poland didn't come to mind. That's why I was like, I don't know. Like, just let me know. But
like Poland is not one of the first things you think about when you think about Europe.
It's so peaceful. Can you show around?
Beautiful.
How peaceful it is. You don't feel any stress. You do not feel any anxiety. You don't feel threatened by anyone. You don't have anyone coming to your table and asking for money or whatever. You just sit, relaxing, have a nice beer, and then you have beautiful pierogies. This is what I love about Poland.
I wonder what's their like homeless rate. Do they have any homeless and stuff like that? Do like what is that rate going on?
Poland. That's
do you guys
why
have homeless people here?
Well, every country has homeless, but can you see any?
Why are the women so beautiful here?
What about men? Hello.
No offense to the guys.
No. Poland is the last stronghold of normality in Europe and in the world in many, many ways. Come and visit.
And you made sure I wasn't a Russian propaganda asset, right?
I hope you're not. You would be killed.
All right.
The whole process of replacement is just a fact, by the numbers. It's not my political opinion. By the numbers, we are in a very, very bad situation. And listen to me, I do understand that you will have maybe someone who will translate it into Arabic or any other. Do not come to the Polish border.
What will happen if you do and you try to enter illegally?
You might be killed. If you will come here illegally, you will try to harm any of our soldiers, you will be killed. Cheers.
Cheers to pierogis, to Poland.
What are you drinking Stella Rose? I mean, Stella.
Come.
Damn, it's not Stella. Yeah. Only reason I know the beer. It looks like a beer that we used to have when I used to serve, because they had this same glass and that particular beer you pour in.
It's called Stella.
Is it Stella? It's not Stella Rosa. What I'm talking about?
No, it's just called Stella. Stella something.
Yeah. It's that what I'm thinking of.
I'm telling you.
DUM on
This is the only interview in my whole career when I let someone record me while I'm eating.
How is it? As a man of the people.
It tastes like freedom. It's Saturday night. Look. There's no beggars. There's no homeless. There's no fentanyl. We don't do Chick-fil-A. We don't
McDonald's.
No, we don't.
Burger King.
No, we don't.
KFC.
No, we don't. We do proper Polish, very healthy food.
What are your thoughts on Poland?
We arrived yesterday.
Where are you from?
Rome. Italy, yeah.
Do you feel safer as a woman?
Yes, yeah.
Do you feel safe in Rome as a woman? Or Italy, sorry?
No, not at all.
Why?
It's dangerous.
Where are you from? When you compare Rome,
He's going for
which I visited, what do you feel like?
Because it's not safe.
Why is it not safe?
Because we don't feel safe, like walking alone at night.
Who are you afraid of at night?
Men.
Which men? Men in general or specific types of men who come from different places?
Like that men.
Italian men?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What do you think?
Can I ask you?
He said no.
He said no. That's not the answer.
That's not the answer I'm looking for.
I need the real answer.
Can we please order in the meanwhile?
Yes, they do.
Can you buy them one?
Thank you.
Y'all probably scaring him.
No? Okay. They don't need it. They can buy their own. Why do you think they feel unsafe in Rome? Let's be honest.
Because of Africans, they are afraid to say something.
So his argument is that African migration to Italy has had an impact increasing the rape in Italy, for example, or in Germany, or in...
I ain't gonna lie, whatever they eating, that's big.
You've been looking at it.
I'm just looking at the length of. I looked at the length of when he first got it. I said,
that's what I'm saying.
I said that's longer than a motherfucker. And this late night, that's heavy. They be like, but it's healthier, but it's still heavy as fuck. Late night, no.
In France or in UK, would that be accurate? Would you stand on business to that fact?
No. When we meet like a guy in the street, we don't know if he's Italian, English, Spanish. It's like potentially dangerous.
Okay.
Can I ask you for your? What do you think about Prime Minister Meloni?
Go. Meloni. She's going to deport people now. What are your thoughts on that?
What do you think about her?
Good or bad? No trick answer.
Good or bad?
Totally bad. Bad person.
Why is she bad?
She's not tolerant. She's racist.
Oh, she's racist. She's not tolerant. Oh, so you don't know who's raping?
What do you mean? I don't understand the question. Like you're trying to
You
say
don't.
something.
She doesn't understand the question.
What are you trying to say? This.
Okay, so one more question.
My boy, somebody tell the man get it off his lips. I hate seeing people.
Them poor girls. They probably
Yeah. They're a little nervous.
Yeah.
I could tell that by their demeanor. They're a little nervous. The reason why is because everybody's nervous when you're approaching them out of nowhere when they just trying to enjoy their night.
Like I'm just trying to enjoy my night and eat. I'm not
But you trying to
be
bring
bombarded with all these questions.
especially political questions. Mm-hmm. But I just hate when seeing people with stuff on their mouth when we reacted to.
I got anything on my mouth?
No. And they have something on their mouth, and I'm like, especially when you visibly in their face, like just tell them, hey, get it off. Oh,
I'll wipe it off for you, child.
No, I ain't doing all that. You will wipe it off his lips.
Probably.
No.
If I had a paper towel.
Who's going to win in U.S.? What do you think? It's going to be Kamala or Trump?
Hopefully Kamala.
There you go. Thank you very much. Ladies, have a beautiful night in Poland. We support leftists in U.S. Why they want Kamala to win when they are not happy about safety in Italy because of illegal migration? What the is going on in their brains?
They said a few words that I think are important. Inclusivity,
right?
Acceptance,
right?
I think that's it.
The real acceptance is in Poland.
I'm from Iraq, I'm Kurdish, and it's been 2 years I live in Gdańsk. I study Masters.
So what are you doing in Poland?
Yeah, I study Masters in International Business.
So you are from Iraq, moving to Poland to study?
Yep.
Are you legally in Poland?
I'm legally in Poland, I
Okay.
have Vito.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
That is a good question.
If he said not at the moment, what were you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like,
that's a little dangerous, bro.
yeah.
Now that would make me feel unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not. So
Appreciate it. I watch all of your videos and I totally support you. I love that you respect your country. Because I say, I'm also like, are you Christian? I'm an ex-Christian.
Oh, interesting.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
True love.
Whatever you are, whatever your faith is, if you are legally in here, you are very welcome.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That I was approached on the same type of spiel, and
when he got stopped, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. I do feel like I have respect for every
so.
religion, no matter who you are. But I have the religion I follow by, and yes, I'll say now I am a Christian. Hey, big ups to whatever religion you are. Whether it be Muslims, I have read parts of the Quran in my life. Whether you be Jewish, I don't even know how to get my hands on a Jewish. I don't.
Yeah.
No disrespect. I don't know what to call it, but what is it? Is it a?
I have no clue. But
Jewish
anyway,
Bible, whatever Jewish book. I'm not trying to. I want to use the correct term. I don't know, but what Buddhist? I have friends that.
Hebrew Bible.
Oh, the Hebrew Bible. I haven't been able to get it. I don't know how to get it. I guess you can go to a bookstore or something to get your hands on a Hebrew Bible. But I have read parts of the Quran. Haven't read any besides the Bible and the Quran. I haven't read any of.
But I know they have other names too.
Yeah.
Jewish Bible, the
Buddhist or whatever religion you might practice.
Yeah.
That a lot of times people fail to realize a lot of people are not necessarily born to choose their religion. Most of the time you're born into a religion, because especially determining your household.
Yeah.
And so those lifestyles and those traditions are instilled that you've at birth. So you can't tell somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Like, if you get I feel like of age, then you can start branching out and doing trying to figure things out on your own and for yourself or whatever the case may be. But my biggest thing is respect.
You can be Catholic, whatever, bro.
Yeah.
I don't judge people.
I always go back to respect.
Yeah.
That's just a big thing that a lot of people lack.
Yeah. Like I've had friends who are like, no matter what religion background, most of the time, whatever background they come from, that's not necessarily the basis of like our friendship and our connection of how we move through life.
Yeah.
Like even ethnic backgrounds, I've been around people of all ethnic backgrounds, whether they're white, Black, Hispanic, African, Asian, all of it. That part is typically never brought up. The only issues that I might have with somebody is just their personality.
Yeah.
That's it.
When it boils down to it's character.
Yeah, character and personality is always
if you just have a shitty character, shitty personality, that's a whole different. But everything else, it should be more than that. It should be about more than that.
Yeah, and me personally, I'm not just gonna run up to some rando people on the streets and have certain conversations because
you were approached,
because you never know what. Like me, I'm just walking and I'm bombarded by, honestly, I'd say multiple older white men that are old enough to be my dad, and I'm the only black guy around. And honestly, I'm out doing my daily walk. I'm trying to, I walk daily, y'all. Trying to be on some health tips. Y'all gonna see the weight fall off. And y'all gonna be like, kid, y'all gonna see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just gotta keep still. Honestly, y'all, even though I got weight on me, I'm very healthy. I go to the doctor. I have to do some other stuff to get myself under. Yeah. I'm not used to being this size. Trust and believe. You can go back and look at the old photo. The boy was not this big until
not at all. But yeah, anyway.
So we started doing YouTube and I started gaining weight. Sitting in a damn chair.
But yeah, go ahead.
But I'm just saying, man, like, I don't know. It was just very awkward for me and uncomfortable. But sometimes you're put into uncomfortable positions for a reason.
Like boundaries as well.
Yeah.
And I think that was very unnecessary. But yeah.
Sometimes God put you in uncomfortable positions for a reason, though. You never know, bro.
True. I really like that you put Poland and Polish people first before anything else. That, like you said, we have normality here.
Okay, normality.
We don't have chaos here.
Okay.
You can express your whatever you are. Just don't push your agenda on someone.
Okay.
I'm with my girlfriend.
That's all, bro.
Come over. Is she Polish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dzień dobry.
Hello.
Mam na imię Dominik. Cześć. You're super. You just get married.
Not just
You're very welcome.
There we go.
You see the difference between illegal and legal presence in here. Yeah. Okay, guys, have a beautiful night.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
She was cherished. She was taken care of. Yeah. If you want this Hollywood movies, this beautiful stories of love to be real, you will not respect our women. We're gonna take care of you.
Simple.
You can.
And with gratitude and respect.
Pay your taxes, get Polish wife, become a Polish. Be like Poland.
After a night out on the safe streets of Warsaw, Dominique took me to Poland's border they share with Belarus to show me a project they've spent $2.5 billion on to help keep Poland Polish. So we're here. This place looks brand new. They're not messing around. They're strapped. They got camouflage. They got big guns. They're not here smiling. They're here straight-faced. Who are you? Why are you here? So luckily we have the clearance. We should be good to go through. Let's see how big and bad this wall is. They're not messing around. Okay, that seemed intense. They did not play around.
No jokes.
Do they know who you were?
Yes, they know, but the procedure is procedure, and I respect that.
Yeah.
This is the border of European Union with Belarus. We are the ones with this border, so we are protecting the whole Europe.
How new is this?
Well, the wall was built very, very fast. I must say, when the first attempts, look, soldiers all the way through, but don't record them.
Okay.
Don't record them.
I'm pointing at myself. This is a training camp. This is home. What is this? They live here?
Well, when they have a service night, they have a place to change and prepare and this and that. It's a lot of them. Our border was not ready for that, but what we did, we reacted straight away. We built the wall. You're gonna see the wall in a minute.
After the murder of the guard?
No, that was beforehand.
I wonder why they keep the border so thin enough where somebody could possibly slip through. Because, like, even with the U.S. border, I was like, all right, y'all was building the border, but y'all kept it, like, it still was enough gap where somebody that was little and thin enough, they could still slip through. And I'd be like, I don't know who designed this. I would have made it a little tighter than that, or put like some wires, a wire where you can, like, even if you was thin enough, where you still can't.
But then I guess you could just cut that.
Technically, yeah.
When the whole
electric. Yeah. I'm thinking of prison shit.
Yeah, you really are.
Madness started in Europe. Our government decided, okay, that's enough. We're not taking all this crap. We're gonna build the wall.
So how exactly are they sending the refugees or the illegal immigrants?
What they do, they invite them to Russia.
Okay.
They are getting tourist visa. They pay for it. Then they are transported from Moscow or other places in Russia to Belarus and then to the border, Polish border.
And I've seen some TikTok videos of people trying to break through the wall.
Well, yes, they try every single night.
Sure.
It's not like you don't have to protect it. You do have to.
It
protect
ain't that thin though. But it showed a couple of videos of people literally trying to slip through or able to slip through. But it's not as thin as
Yeah, that doesn't look to me.
Okay.
Let's park here and walk.
Amazing. It looks peaceful out here. What time do people start trying to break into the wall?
Every night about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. This is when they trying to cross the border. They know that this is the best time. Oh, you can see soldiers now. You can see some guys.
So he's aware of our presence. He's on guard.
You just said that it's very peaceful.
Sure.
It is peaceful. It took us 30 seconds to have a soldier reacting for someone's presence. Nie przekraczamy, mamy...
Mógł mi pan przypomnieć, jak się pan nazywa?
Dominik Tarczyński.
Okay.
Does he know you?
Yes, but you have to say your name. There's no jokes. That's why I think they're professional. They know their job.
A to trzeba mieć zakrytą, tak?
No lepiej by było, bo to też dla własnego spokoju, nie? Że oni później nagrywają i widzą, kto tutaj wchodzi, kto nie wchodzi. No.
Tak?
No tak, nie wiadomo, kto się wczai w krzakach, nie? Także to jest dla własnego bezpieczeństwa.
So he says if we don't have the masks, for us it's not good to be there because they are recording Russians and Belarusians. They want to know who's into the subject, who's interested in the border protection. So for our own safety, if we don't have a masks, we shouldn't enter because it's not safe. It's a war. It's not a joke.
So we'd be in the database.
Yeah.
And is this largely contested right here? Are people trying to go through this?
Right. That's
shorter, much shorter compared to
and
this.
it was thousands of them.
Thousands
of them in one day. They're trying to force Polish border and they lost. We stopped them. It was, I don't know, maybe 10,000 of them. A lot. So a lot of things going on at the moment.
Look at that. There's clothes right there. People are trying to get over this.
Straight away. So I'm proud to be here to see this soldiers and to see their service and to see the wall. Because when I see the wall, I do understand that this is for my future children, for my future wife, for my future family. I would say to every single leftist, if you don't believe that this is war, come and see. Come and see.
Let's say I'm from Syria. I want to go through this wall. I break through the wall. What happens to me next?
You're killed. Dead.
Shot.
You will die like a dog. You can hear now.
Who is that? Belarus?
Yeah. You can hear them. Yeah.
Who was that? It's a speaker or people?
No, the people. They're in the groups. They communicate as well. They are very well organized. I think they are. Some of them are trained, paid, obviously.
Sure.
They are not just simple people.
Like mercenary groups?
Oh yes. You can tell that Russia pays well to destabilize, like Poland and other countries. They want us to spend money on this rather than around healthcare or anything else. One of their colleagues was killed just from this kind of distance.
Yeah.
He with the spear.
With a spear.
Yes. So it's not safe for us to be here. Because it's just a moment and you might be dead. But 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, the war starts every night. Every night.
And then we hopped in the car to visit another part of Poland's border deep in the forest. It used to be a completely weak border just a few years ago. A little bit creepy out here.
Oh yeah. You wanted to come and see.
Yeah.
And this is reality.
Sure. Keeping our eyes peeled to see if we see anyone in the forest. It's not impossible to get through the wall, but it's highly unlikely given the amount of security here. I thought this would be a little bit more lax, like some parts of the southern border in the US. This is not relaxed.
This is war. This is completely actual war.
We made it. We'll hop out so you can see, but this wall is in the middle of the forest. The road is not even paved, just to emphasize how rural this location is.
We had to do it in the middle of the forest.
Yeah.
There was no infrastructure.
Sure.
Because that is a green border.
Yeah.
So
yes, we see soldiers already.
We can see the border actually as it is. Look how long it is.
Yeah. And not only that, we have barbed wall and then another wall, double wall.
And then you have good soldiers, right? So that's very important.
Yeah. Fully masked up with their faces too.
They are recorded by Russian, so they don't want to.
And there's cameras in the forest right now?
Oh yeah.
Recording Polish soldiers.
That's right.
So day in, day out, they're watching these walls.
They're probably gonna ask, who are we?
Sure. Fair question. All those cameras right there. Massive surveillance. Hi.
Everyone who died because of the terrorists in Europe is because your lack of decisions, lack of bravery, political correctness. You are responsible. Leftists are responsible for chaos in Europe. And they think they fight us, Republicans, conservatives. You're not fighting us. You're fighting with your own nations. We are protecting our own nations. And this is the proof. Can you hear that?
Whoa.
They're throwing stuff.
We heard it. I heard a rock.
Yeah.
Should we say hi?
No, they're throwing rocks.
Why?
Because they behave like animals, unfortunately. They don't behave like civilized people. You can see on the video.
This long?
They can easily, like long spear, it's like on the video when our soldier was killed, it's easy for them to throw it and kill you.
Let's get out of here. So if you can't hear it on the mic, they're throwing rocks right now. People do want to get in. The question is, when will they try and how will they be punished?
Let's get out of here, yeah?
After seeing the symbol of Poland's defiance against the EU's push towards diversity, open borders, and economic opportunity for those less fortunate from countries that are culturally dissimilar, I met up with Dominique in Brussels to see where Europe's elite politicians meet and decide the fate of an entire continent.
Okay, let's go. I'll show you how we do it.
Amazing. What's the current split between liberals and conservatives in parliament right now?
It's about 100 conservatives on 720 MEPs. So it's not much, but I think it's better to be a strong, small group rather than a massive. You know the story of 300.
Sure.
It's us.
What are your thoughts on the rest of parliament here, the EU in general?
I don't like it.
What are your thoughts on Brussels?
I don't like it at all. Okay. I tell you why. Again, I'm trying to be very objective, but I cannot be blind on statistics. Rapes, killings, stealings, stabbings. We don't have it in Poland.
Sure.
And when you see official data from here, from Eurostat, you see how Poland great is. It's so sad. But then when we are trying to tell them what is the reason of all this, they don't want to listen. They think that they're better, smarter. And now,
how large of a check would I have to write to buy you out?
You don't have this kind of money.
Okay.
You see, the difference between me and the rest is that I don't need sponsors. I don't need it. That's why they don't own me. That's why I can say what I think and what I believe. This is what they're afraid of. The voice of the people.
Oh, this is it?
This is it.
If we pop in?
Yes, it's closed, right? Okay, so this is the place where we take votes, and this is the place where we have speeches. We have two buildings. This is the machines for voting.
Okay. What will it take to make Europe great again, in your opinion?
To go back to the roots, Roman law, Greek philosophy, Christianity, not only as a faith, but also as a culture, as the way of living, mentality, art, music, everything. That's why I think Roman law, Greek philosophers, and what we had, not only last century, but throughout century is great. I want to raise my future children as a Christians. So when you see attacks on Europe, you see attacks on Christianity, mainly on Catholics.
In 20 years, how do you think Europe will look like at this rate?
It's going to be very, very bad. It's not going to change for better. I think it will be more killings, more stabbings, more terrorist attacks, more wokeness, unless most of the nations will change their governments. So please God, they will wake up. But the change will start if Donald Trump wins in US. Because whatever happens in US, it happens in Europe 6 or 10 months later.
Do you think we'll see walls like what we saw?
You know, they say that all the time. Whatever the US do, that's crazy. Whatever the US do, the rest follows. And they say that all the time, bro. And which I'm like...
I guess I would have to be elsewhere to be able to...
They said no. I've heard this a lot ever since I was young.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like it's a cause and effect.
Yes, I've heard it too, but I'm just saying I'll have to be elsewhere to feel the effect.
Oh, to see how truly the impact.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm here, so of course like I hear it, but I'm just like
the biggest problem and issue I have is there's no like true clear direction of anything right now. Mm-hmm. There's no like true focal point on real issues. It's a lot of, on all sides, it's a lot of lying and manipulative talking instead of speaking on true facts, true direction of where you want to take the country. And I think a country with no direction is a lost country. And there's not one clear, true direction right now. And that's the reason why I feel like the country is so lost. And it's too much. Everyone wants to force their ideas and topic, whether it's good or bad. Like, instead of like, hey, you know what I'm saying? What is a good issue right now? A good issue that we can be focused on is school shootings, because that's a big issue right now. Mm-hmm. A good true issue that we can look upon is the immigration and border control. That is a good issue to speak on. Instead of like us nitpicking at each other, like let's talk housing crisis, the inflation crisis. Let's really speak on this instead of being this person. It sounds like two old, grown, bitter ass retirement home elder motherfuckers acting like kids, bro. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm so tired of this shit because it's so childish, bro. And this is a serious matter that's taking a very childish turn. Mm-hmm. And I'm just tired of it, man. Like, when can we move on from social media antics and really focus on the direction of the country, how we would like the country to look and reflect 20, 30 years from now? Because what we do now affects 20, 30 years from now. Right. Things they did in 2000, we're experiencing those effects now. Not like it's not just going to affect the next 4 years, it affects the next 10, 20 years. Yeah. Like you gotta think about all of that when you
US, it happens in Europe 6 or 10 months later.
Do you think we'll see walls like what we saw in Poland and other European countries soon?
It's a matter of time. Yeah, 100%. The final word to the viewers and to you would be always remember who you are. Be proud of who you are. Do not be afraid. Be brave. Fight and make your life great.
I know this is a tough one. Dominic, are you single?
Yes, I am. Why?
I don't know. I'm sure some viewers might be curious.
What kind of question is that?
Come on, you got to think about family, no?
Yeah, I am single, so thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Be like Poland.
Be like Poland. Be brave. Cheers.
Bye, Dom.
You could tell.
Well,
you could tell a single man.
Yeah, he kind of mentioned it earlier where he said my future. He looking for his future wife or something. He said
for his future wife and kid. Yeah. But you could just like he said he's single. Also, he's single, so he's not actively dating anyone or but you can kind of tell mentality tell.
Okay. I've learned some new things, I guess. Because I mean, I guess I wasn't aware. I'll say that I wasn't aware of, I guess, everything that was like going on or there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said when you asked me in the beginning, France did come across my head, but then I was like, I don't know if I've heard I've been hearing things, but I don't know like full details, so maybe not. But yeah. I guess I have learned something. You learn something new every day.
yeah, like that's the thing. Like I always said, like a lot of people fail to realize what's going on in America is going on in other countries too. Like a lot of stuff we complain about, we're dealing with. The rest of the world is dealing with as well. I don't know if have you ever looked at like the housing market and like even in the UK and other countries? Because I have, and I've seen like certain housing market and what people say are like, again, those free
I think
worlds.
I have once when we had came across like a vid or something and they were like comparing and stuff, and then I had kind of looked up stuff.
The housing market in other countries and inflation in other countries is big, same way here in America.
Yeah.
I don't know like how they interest rate and stuff works, but their houses are overpriced as well.
I just think a lot of times with things like stuff is going on everywhere, but I just think with the U.S., a lot of things just get a little bit more, people like shed light more.
Publicize it more.
Yeah, like whether if it's good, bad, but mostly bad a lot of times. But opposed to like elsewhere.
Because I'll say this, the rest of the world look at America more from the negative opposed to positive. I never see people understanding and knowing the positive impact that's going on in America. They only know the negative.
Yeah.
And that's because also news and media, they only going to shed light on the negative. And whose fault is that? The media. Like that is what it is. But I don't know, man. Hey, it's all up to you, man. No one can force anything down your throat. That's up for you to decide. But I think today was just with this visual was a bit like inside view of other places in the world that's dealing with their crisis and things that are very similar to what we go through on a daily basis as well, man. So hey, y'all spam us up in the comments, man. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about it in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is we are.
No time to kick it, got a stack to flip for my folks. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money low, get my team strong. Let me run away from